Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Gates channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit like for more daily drama updates and spoilers. Your support truly means a lot and helps our channel grow every day. Now, let's jump straight into today's exciting update. The peaceful rhythm of Fairmont Crest is about to be shattered as another unforgettable week unfolds, bringing with it medical emergencies, dangerous schemes, heartbreaking confessions, and emotional confrontations that threaten to change countless lives forever. Every corner of the community seems ready to erupt with secrets that have been buried for far too long, while relationships already hanging by a thread face even greater pressure. The coming days promise an emotional storm unlike any before, where every decision carries consequences and every conversation has the power to alter someone's future. As familiar faces find themselves caught between love, guilt, loyalty, and betrayal, the atmosphere grows heavier with every passing moment. By the time the dust begins to settle, Fairmont Crest may never look the same again, because the week ahead is filled with moments that no one will be able to forget. Everything begins with a terrifying medical emergency that sends shockwaves through the entire community when Bill Hamilton suddenly collapses and is rushed to Garland Memorial Hospital. What initially appears to be a routine emergency quickly transforms into something far more mysterious as doctors struggle to understand why Bill's body is reacting in such an unusual and alarming way. The medical staff races against time, desperately searching for answers, while every passing minute raises new fears about whether Bill will survive. Confusion spreads throughout the hospital corridors as specialists examine test results that simply refuse to make sense, leaving everyone wondering if something far more sinister is happening beneath the surface. The uncertainty surrounding Bill's condition creates an overwhelming sense of dread, turning every heartbeat into a countdown that no one can predict. News of Bill's hospitalization spreads rapidly, reaching Danny Dupree in the most unexpected way and instantly throwing her emotions into complete turmoil. The moment she receives the phone call, every other thought disappears from her mind as she rushes toward Garland Memorial, desperate to learn whether the man who once meant so much to her is still alive. Although their relationship has been scarred by betrayal and complicated by the fact that both of them crossed unforgivable lines together, Danny cannot simply ignore what is happening. The memories of everything they once shared begin flooding back, mixing with painful reminders of the choices that destroyed so much along the way. Even though she is now married to Andre Richardson and has tried to move forward with her life, standing on the edge of losing Bill forever forces her to confront emotions she believed had been buried long ago. In that moment, guilt, regret, compassion, and lingering affection collide inside her heart, creating an emotional battle she never expected to fight again. As the days slowly pass and Bill remains at the center of everyone's concern, Danny finds herself unable to escape the emotional burden weighing on her shoulders. During a heartfelt conversation with her closest friend, Pamela Curtis, the strong facade she has been trying so hard to maintain finally begins to crack. She openly admits that she cannot stop feeling guilty, even though logic tells her that she has every reason to distance herself from the man whose actions help create so much pain. Pamela listens carefully as Danny wrestles with feelings that refuse to fit neatly into right or wrong, proving that matters of the heart are rarely as simple as they appear. Loving someone, hurting someone, and trying to forgive yourself often become tangled together until it's impossible to separate one emotion from another. Danny realizes that no matter how much time has passed or how determined she has been to move on, Bill's fight for survival has reopened wounds that never truly healed. While Danny struggles with complicated emotions, there is one woman whose feelings remain crystal clear. Haley Hamilton has no intention of allowing sympathy to cloud her judgment, and Bill's hospitalization does little to soften her resolve. Instead, she continues moving forward with her own agenda, refusing to let the unfolding crisis distract her from the plans she has carefully set into motion. Shortly after Bill is admitted to the hospital, Haley offers advice to Tomas Navarro, but rather than bringing clarity, her words ignite fresh conflict that soon explodes into a heated clash with Naomi Hawthorne. Tensions rise almost immediately as personalities collide, exposing just how fragile the relationships surrounding Bill have become. In Fairmont Crest, even a single conversation can trigger consequences that spread far beyond the people directly involved, and this latest confrontation is only the beginning. Haley's determination doesn't stop there. Behind closed doors, she quietly arranges a meeting with Randy Parker, and together they focus on making sure their current scheme proceeds exactly as planned. Every exchange between them carries an unsettling sense of purpose, suggesting that they are carefully calculating their next move while everyone else remains distracted by Bill's medical crisis. Their secretive discussions naturally raise disturbing questions that refuse to go away. Could they actually take advantage of Bill's vulnerable condition while he lies helpless inside a hospital bed? Are they preparing to manipulate the situation for their own benefit, or is something even darker waiting just around the corner? As the week steadily builds toward Friday, the tension surrounding their mysterious alliance continues growing until it becomes impossible to ignore. By the time the end of the week arrives, the simmering hostility between Danny and Haley finally erupts into a fierce confrontation, promising an emotional explosion that neither woman is willing to walk away from. Meanwhile, another family finds itself facing a completely different kind of concern as Nicole Dupree and Ted Richardson turn their attention toward Catherine "Cat" Richardson. Instead of celebrating Cat's latest milestone, both of them are left deeply unsettled after learning that she has purchased a condominium with astonishing speed. The decision seems rushed beyond reason, leaving Nicole especially worried that Kat may have acted for all the wrong reasons instead of carefully considering such a life-changing commitment. Ted shares those concerns and can barely believe how quickly everything happened, struggling to understand why someone would make such a major financial and emotional decision within only a few hours of first considering the idea. Their fears aren't simply about real estate. They're about what emotional pain may have pushed Kat toward making such an impulsive choice. Sometimes the biggest purchases people make reveal the deepest struggles they refuse to talk about, and Nicole cannot shake the feeling that her daughter may be hiding far more than anyone realizes. Kat's emotional journey becomes even more turbulent when she finds herself locked in an explosive confrontation with Chelsea Hamilton. Whatever disagreement sparks the conflict quickly escalates into a fierce battle of personalities, with neither woman willing to back down as emotions boil over. The tension between them grows stronger by the minute, leaving everyone around them wondering whether their fractured relationship can ever recover. Yet even as conflict dominates one part of Kat's life, another side of her heart begins to emerge. Despite everything weighing on her shoulders, Kat reaches out with an unexpectedly kind gesture toward one of her siblings, revealing that compassion still exists beneath her frustration. Whether this thoughtful act helps repair her strained relationship with Eva Thomas or strengthens her bond with Martin Richardson remains uncertain, but it serves as a touching reminder that even during life's darkest moments, love has an incredible way of finding a path forward. Elsewhere, an encounter unlike anything anyone could have imagined leaves Joey Armstrong questioning everything he believes to be real. He is left completely stunned when Doug McBride suddenly appears before him, delivering what seem to be final words Filled with mystery and haunting significance, the shocking encounter raises countless questions that refuse to provide easy answers. Is Doug truly standing there, somehow alive against all expectations? Has Joey encountered nothing more than a ghostly vision born from grief and guilt, or is an elaborate deception unfolding before his eyes? There is also the unsettling possibility that everything is taking place inside Joey's own mind, transforming the experience into a vivid dream that feels impossible to distinguish from reality. Whatever the truth may be, Doug's appearance sends an icy chill through the story, leaving viewers desperate to discover whether the impossible has somehow become possible. As Joey struggles to make sense of the impossible encounter that has shaken him to his core, another dangerous game quietly begins to take shape elsewhere in Fairmont Crest. Deanna McBride is no longer content to sit back and wait for opportunities to present themselves, choosing instead to put her own carefully crafted scheme into motion. Every move she makes is deliberate, every conversation carefully measured, and every smile hides intentions that are far more dangerous than they appear on the surface. The casino owner soon finds himself unknowingly drifting into increasingly risky territory, completely unaware that someone is already laying the groundwork for his downfall. While others remain distracted by medical emergencies and family turmoil, Deanna patiently tightens the web around her unsuspecting target, proving that some of the greatest threats arrive not with loud warnings, but with quiet determination and calculated patience. By the time Friday finally arrives, the emotional tension reaches another boiling point during an awkward dinner that forces several complicated relationships into the same room. Vanessa McBride finds herself sharing an uncomfortable meal with both Deanna and Joey, creating an atmosphere so strained that every glance across the table carries unspoken meaning. Conversation becomes increasingly difficult as hidden motives, unresolved emotions, and lingering suspicions quietly fill the silence between each exchange. Even the simplest remarks seem capable of igniting fresh conflict, leaving everyone carefully choosing their words while silently wondering who might reveal too much. Beneath the polite smiles and forced attempts at normal conversation lies a growing sense that someone is hiding far more than they're willing to admit. It becomes the kind of painfully tense gathering where every second feels longer than the last, and viewers can almost feel the discomfort radiating from the room as secrets hover just beneath the surface, waiting for the perfect moment to emerge. Meanwhile, inside Garland Memorial Hospital, another deeply personal story begins unfolding as Ted Richardson reaches a moment where keeping his feelings locked away is no longer enough. During an important conversation with Shanice Johnson, Ted prepares to reveal something that promises to surprise everyone around him. The anticipation surrounding his confession builds steadily, leaving those closest to him wondering exactly what truth has been weighing so heavily on his heart. Could this finally be the moment he speaks the three little words every woman dreams of hearing, opening the door to a brand new chapter in his life? Or will his confession take an entirely different direction, exposing the painful reality that his heart still belongs to Nicole despite everything that has happened between them? Whatever the answer may be, Ted's willingness to speak honestly represents a powerful emotional turning point, proving that even after years of heartbreak and disappointment, the truth eventually demands to be heard. As if that emotional burden were not enough, Ted's week becomes even more chaotic thanks to the unexpected return of someone determined to disrupt his life once again. His volatile former partner, Leslie Thomas, refuses to stay out of his world, creating yet another confrontation that quickly spirals into conflict. What should have been a meaningful and peaceful moment between Ted and Eva is abruptly interrupted when Leslie inserts herself into the situation, bringing fresh anger and unresolved resentment crashing back into everyone's lives. Old wounds reopen almost instantly as harsh emotions replace any hope of calm conversation, reminding everyone that unfinished business rarely stays buried forever. The clash between Ted and Leslie serves as another painful reminder that some relationships leave scars far deeper than anyone realizes, and escaping the past is often much more difficult than simply walking away. With emotions running high on every side, Ted finds himself once again caught between the life he desperately wants to build and the painful history that refuses to let him go. While these emotional storms continue to unfold, Naomi Hawthorne faces one of the most personal and life-changing moments of her own journey. She attends an important oncology appointment knowing that the decisions ahead could shape not only her future, but the future of her entire family. Thankfully, she does not have to face that frightening uncertainty alone. Standing firmly beside her throughout every difficult conversation is her devoted husband, Jacob Hawthorne, whose quiet strength and unwavering support become exactly what Naomi needs during such an emotional experience. Rather than allowing fear to define the moment, Jacob reminds his wife that they will face every challenge together, no matter how difficult the road ahead may become. His unconditional love offers Naomi comfort during one of the most vulnerable chapters of her life, demonstrating that true partnership is measured not during life's happiest moments, but during the darkest ones when unwavering support matters most. Naomi's earlier decision to reveal her BRCA diagnosis has already transformed her own outlook, but the ripple effects of that honesty are only beginning to spread. Understanding that the information affects far more than just herself, she makes the courageous decision to share her BRCA results with her cousins as well. It is an intensely emotional conversation, one filled with uncertainty, concern, and the painful realization that the truth may change countless lives moving forward. As the reality of Naomi's revelation begins to settle in, shockwaves race throughout the entire Dupree family, leaving loved ones struggling to process what this news could mean for generations to come. Questions, fears, and difficult decisions suddenly become part of everyone's future, proving that some truths carry enormous emotional weight even when they are shared out of love and responsibility. Yet, despite the fear surrounding the diagnosis, Naomi's courage also becomes a source of hope, showing her family that facing painful realities together is far stronger than living in silence. As the week draws toward its dramatic conclusion, Fairmont Crest stands forever changed by everything its residents have endured. Bill Hamilton's mysterious medical crisis continues to cast a long shadow over the community, while Danny remains trapped between guilt, compassion, and the complicated history she shares with the man fighting for his life. Haley's secretive plotting and her explosive confrontation with Danny threaten to ignite even greater chaos, while Kat's impulsive decisions leave her family wondering what hidden pain still remains beneath the surface. Joey's chilling encounter with Doug raises questions that blur the line between reality and the impossible, even as Deanna quietly advances a dangerous scheme capable of changing everything. Ted's heartfelt confession, Leslie's relentless interference, and Naomi's courageous decision to reveal her BRCA results each add another deeply emotional layer to an already unforgettable week. By the time the final moments arrive, viewers are left with the unmistakable feeling that the biggest battles are still ahead, because in Fairmont Crest, every secret eventually finds its way into the light, and every choice has the power to change lives forever.